Well, let's talk about the situation in Nishin. There were explosions and fires again in Russia overnight. The Kanskaya airfield was hit. That's Maykop. Drones were flying there, according to local social media. Locals in Krasnodar Krai recorded the sound of a drone, then an explosion was heard. Around 3 in the morning, information appeared about an attack on Russia's Tula. A missile alert was declared there, and reportedly about 14 explosions were heard. Some propagandist media outlets have reported that a ballistic missile was allegedly shot down by defense forces. Well, Tula is a major center of Russia's military-industrial complex. Could you tell me, what exactly do they produce there?
Well, it's hard for me to say right now exactly what is produced there and what the strike was targeting. At which facilities, what is manufactured there. But we can see that there are constant strikes on the strategic rear of the Russian Federation. Right now we see a strike on an airfield from which Shaheds could have been launched, on Tula, on some military-industrial complex facility. It's important to understand exactly what was targeted in order to discuss anything about possible meaningful results. Previously, strikes were carried out on oil refining facilities. So now we see a systematic approach, a systematic series of strikes on the Russian rear. Now we are witnessing an exchange of strikes. That is, on the night before Saturday, a massive strike was carried out on Kyiv. With consequences, yes, for the energy sector, we are carrying out retaliatory strikes.
And why has the share of strikes on oil refineries decreased?
Well, I'm not ready to say that there are fewer of them. There was a strike on the Syzran oil refinery. In particular, right now, a significant number of strikes are being carried out on the energy complex of the Russian Federation. I saw the relevant analytics, which indicate that to a large extent, we have redirected our strikes specifically at the Russian energy sector.
So the objective here is essentially the same, which is to achieve the same blackouts.
Well, basically, yes.
Let's
Take Belgorod, for example. We often see strikes on Belgorod on the local CHP plant, which also supplies energy to the region. We've heard that Volodymyr Zelensky said that for every strike on our energy sector, there will be a response from us.
Well, the response shouldn't be limited to Belgorod, but do we have the capability to reach, say, a CHP plant in Moscow?
Well, Moscow is very well protected by a sophisticated network of air defense systems. We've heard that strikes have been carried out on Moscow, but to be honest, so far it really doesn't seem like these results have been particularly significant, specifically for Moscow itself. However, there have also been strikes on energy facilities that are reportedly responsible for supplying Moscow, and these strikes were also quite disruptive. But the Moscow region is very well protected by an air defense system which is very difficult to break through.
Let's talk about the operational situation. In your opinion, where is it the hardest right now?
In Huliaipol, without a doubt. The Huliaipol direction and the city of Huliaipol itself, where fighting is ongoing. This is right now a very difficult direction, and the Pokrovsk-Chernohorska agglomeration is ranked second. But that does not mean the situation currently there is any less tense or volatile than in Huliaipol. Fighting continues there as well, and the enemy is trying to capture it.
Denis, thank you. Denis Popovich, a noted military analyst, was featured on our broadcast this morning.